U.S. administers first dose of Pfizer coronavirus vaccine. Thank you, America, for picking up the slack for the world once again. The rollout of the first coronavirus vaccine began Monday morning as the first dose of the Pfizer medication was administered to healthcare workers and nursing home staffers. Go them. A critical care nurse from Norwell Medical Center on Long Island was vaccinated at 9:23 a.m. during a live stream event with New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. "You didn't flinch," Cuomo said. I hate Cuomo. The University of Louisville Hospital in Kentucky will receive its first delivery of vaccines at 9:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. 3 doctors and 2 nurses will receive the vaccine. Thank you, America. Other locations in Connecticut, New York, Iowa, Washington, D.C., and Michigan are also expected to administer vaccine doses on Monday. Hey, that's today. The rollout comes less than a week after the U.S. FDA authorized the vaccine for emergency use for Americans over 16. The order from the FDA led to the pharmaceutical company shipping 2.9 million doses to 636 sites across the country. Pfizer would produce the vaccine alongside German company BioNTech, began shipping the doses from its Michigan warehouse Sunday directly to those sites, which were pre-selected by governors and local health officials. Pfizer said it would roll out a second batch of 2.9 million doses shortly after the first batch. The U.S. government is opting to keep 500,000 doses in reserve to address any shipping or distribution mishaps. The vaccine, which requires 2 doses for full inoculation, began distribution in the United Kingdom last week. Those bastards got the jump on us. Of course, our government didn't approve it until after Trump lost the election. Everything was good to go. The tests were done, and all they had to wait to submit approval, and they waited to submit approval until after the election was done. The vaccine is the first in the country to use genetic technology, mRNA, instead of a viral component. Pfizer claimed his trial showed the vaccine was 95% effective at preventing symptomatic COVID-19. The only problem is this vaccine has to be kept at a ridiculous temperature, like negative 40 degrees, and you have to get a second dose 28 days later. So it's going to be very difficult to get people in rural areas vaccinated. The FDA will hold a hearing on December 17th with Moderna, which also developed an mRNA-based vaccine, before possibly giving emergency authorization for its deployment. That's the better one, where it's basically being kept at room temperature, and it's so much easier to distribute. Moderna says clinical trials show the vaccine was 94% effective at preventing the coronavirus, and trial patients who had the vaccine both elevated antibodies in their system 3 months after the vaccines were administered. According to WHO, there are 52 COVID-19 vaccines in human trials, with 162 vaccines in preclinical development. Gee whiz. The vaccine development comes as the U.S. in the midst of the deadliest period of the pandemic, according to health data. America leads the world with over 16 million cases and close to 300,000 deaths. See, that's misleading, because the only 2 countries with bigger than populations than us is China, which is closed off and lies about everything, and India, which is nowhere near developed as us, so there's no way for them to accurately track how many people have COVID-19 in their country. Where here, America, the most developed country in the world, it's very easy to find out who has COVID and who doesn't. It's unfair to compare us to other countries when no other country is as developed as we are. And a lot of people are trying to say, shout out to the 2 Turkish scientists that worked in Germany to make this vaccine. It involved more than just 2 scientists, first and foremost, and second, it was made by an American company at an American facility with American technology and American advancements that allowed these scientists to make the thing. You think scientists are in there with their bare hands? No, they had to use American technology at an American facility with tons and tons of American technology that only we have, that these other countries don't. That's why the first American company already got through, and yet a second American company is coming out with a vaccine before any other country from any other. Yeah, fuck every other country. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.